Hello everybody, welcome back to our Hof Bergmann Explained video. In today's continuation of our Hof Bergmann Explained series, we're going to be talking about pigs. Now overall, pigs are basically the same as they are in the base game, with a few minor exceptions, and that is exactly what this video is going to cover. Here at our starting farm, we do have pigsty located right here, right beside the sheep and goats, which we've covered in a previous video. We walk up here to our little pig face. You can see we can have up to 10 pigs in this particular location. Let's go ahead and pick up 5. And if we walk up to the door and left click, it's going to open the door. If we move to the left of the door and walk up to it, it's going to open the inside gate. Inside, we're going to be able to place straw. And then we have our food trigger for our pigs inside. So yeah, we've got to get inside here. So what that means is we're probably going to use something like a wheelbarrow to feed our pigs, or something extremely narrow. Quite possibly a very narrow front loader. Like this. Now, as far as straw goes, we're going to be able to store straw bales over here in this little awning area. We're going to come over here to the right, and we're going to select to output 1 straw bale. And then we can place it inside of here, and then it will basically convert into bedding. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. I've went ahead and, just for the purpose of this video, enabled super strength to carry this bale around. And there you can see. And then with respect to pig food, well, we can do that in multiple ways. We could buy big bags of pig food. So if we come here to mods and DLCs, the LSFM Big Bag Pack, we can see we can purchase pig food, $1,800 for 2,000 liters. Or we could produce pig food. And in order to produce pig food, well, we're going to have to buy Farmland ID 12, which is actually a pig breeding facility. So let's just go ahead and visit this location. I've gone ahead and purchased it, so we're going to be able to open the gate. And we have 2 buildings here at our pig breeding facility. Each building is going to support a total of 150 pigs. And inside of each breeding facility, we're going to have our food trough and our straw trigger. On this end of the building, we're going to have our slurry point. And for building number 2, our manure heap is located right here. For building number 1, of course, we have our same pig trigger, 150 pigs again. We have our slurry point, and then our manure heap is going to be the same heap that was over in the corner. We have another shed here we could use for storing machinery, or the left bay is set up to act as bale storage, and we have 11 straw bales currently stored in here. Total of 78 bales can be stored. And then we have 2 more sections. Each of these sections have tip collisions, so we could store things like grain or potatoes here. And the reason that's important is because our recipe for pig food is going to be grain meal and potatoes. So we get our pig food mixer here with this particular farm. If we walk up here, we hit R. You see grain meal and potatoes are going to make pig food. Well, you may ask yourself, well, how do I get grain meal? Well, you're going to have to also own the grain mill. And the grain mill is going to make grain meal with flour. So 100, not flour, with wheat. 100 units of wheat is going to make 100 units of grain meal. So let's just go ahead and visit the grain mill. Let's take a look. Here it is on the PDA. So between fields 36 and 37, just north of the Construction and Garden Center, which we talked about when we built out the butchery, we're going to have our grain mill. Now, the grain mill is pretty cool. Right now, the grain mill's turned off. The water wheel's not spinning, and we don't have any sounds. We also don't have water running down the water chute in order to feed the water wheel. We make our way into the grain mill. We'll come over to this location, and we have our dump point to put product into the mill. We have our output pipe here to take product out of the mill, like the grain meal. And then we have our interactive icon here. If we would to activate this, you can hear we have lots of sounds now going on. And if we come back over here to the water wheel, well, we're going to see that we now have a nice animation. We have water flowing down the water chute and water running over the water wheel, and the water wheel is rotating. So a pretty cool feature to add to the map. Now let's jump back over here to our pig food mixer. And I have placed an auger here because we're going to have to dump into the pig food mixer. And in order to do that, obviously we need an auger. We will not be able to simply tip in front of the mixer. We're going to have to use an auger or a wheel loader, front loader, something in order to put product into the mixer itself. We also now have, through the magic of editing, a full trailer load of grain meal. And again, we're going to come here to our production, and we're going to turn this on. And you see we're going to get a heck of a lot of pig food out in pretty quick order. In fact, we've already got close to 500 liters worth of pig food. And if we just left this here, it would go ahead and autofill that. Our output for our pig food is going to be located also right there. Now back to the main farm. Just for demonstration purposes, I have loaded my wheelbarrow here full of pig food. We're going to left click and raise our mouse button up. Dump our pig food, left click and lower in order to lower wheelbarrow down. And then of course, we're going to be limited to 258 liters. So we will have to fill our wheelbarrow quite a bit in order to feed our pigs fully. And that's where this little wheel loader can come in, because it can be quite handy. It's going to have a smaller, narrower bucket as well. Now, as far as manure goes, your pigs will produce manure. And you can see it's going to pile up here inside the pen. Well, once again, we're going to need our wheelbarrow. And we are going to use this to take the manure out of the pig pen. So we're going to drive up here and get in front of the manure. Left control Y in order to bring out the little bucket. And at this point, we're going to be able to shovel our manure into our wheelbarrow. And we can take it and store it right around the corner. And that's how we would be able to clear out the manure here at the pigsty at the starting farm location. With respect to buying pigs, well, of course, you're going to be able to purchase them at each pen, or you could purchase them over at the animal dealer. You can use the LSFM Innovations trailer that does come with the starting machinery. And you're going to be able to store a total of 13 pigs in this trailer. And of course, you could sell your pigs if you had excess pigs once they start reproducing. Again, down here at the animal dealer. But you might find it more profitable to use the butcher. So back here at our farm, remember, we have the butchery. And the butcher will accept pigs. And it will convert pigs into pork. And we'll get trays of pork that we can then sell either at the beer pub or the village shop. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So here we have the beer tavern and the village shop. And we may get a bit more money for our pigs this way than we would by simply selling them at the animal dealer. These prices are on easy economy and of course are based on 1,000 liters. Each tray of pork meat is going to be approximately 250 liters. So it's going to take 4 trays in order to earn out that much money. So guys, that is it. That's everything you're going to need to know in order to keep pigs here on Hof Bergmann. I do like that we've got a fairly simplified pig food recipe of just grain meal, which is basically ground up wheat and potatoes. That's going to be able to make your pig food. We've got very fast and high capacity pig food production, so we'll be able to easily keep up with having 300 pigs over at the breeding facility, as well as the 10 pigs here at the farm. I'd love to know your all's thoughts down in the comments below with respect to pigs in Hof Bergmann, or maybe pigs in general. Hope you all are enjoying the Hof Bergmann Explained series. I'll have a link down in the description for the playlist, which is going to have all of the videos in the Explained playlist. And right now we're looking at version 1.0 of the map. The map will get updated throughout the life of Farm Sim 25. And as the map does get updated, we will also update and add videos to our Hof Bergmann Explained playlist. So be sure to bookmark that and keep a look coming back to see if the map's been updated and what cool features have been added. Until next time, happy farming.